Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing this morning?
Good. How about yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. See a couple new names on here today. Anybody have any listings they'd like to talk about or buyer needs?
I have a, excuse me, I have a listing in Cottage Grove coming up next week. A really good starter home, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath,
Very nice.
listing 290.
Uh, I wish you were closer to Owatonna, Waseca area.
I know it is pretty south or pretty north for you.
Yep.
Um, I'm hoping it goes fast. It's a good price point. Unfinished basement, which is unusual for being so old, but it's got some good potential. Beautiful yard, nice trees, fenced in backyard.
Very nice. That's
Hopefully,
like exactly what my buyers are looking for, but down south.
yeah. So hopefully we'll get some good showings and just one good offer.
Yeah. We were second in our last offering there, and we were really
Hmm.
close, but they just wanted net, and unfortunately we couldn't give that to them. So
Dang.
we're
Yeah.
getting closer. We're only coming in second now on multiple offers, so that's good.
Uh, is everybody still experiencing multiple offers all over?
Yeah, my buyers are, but they're right
Yeah.
in that 250 to 325
Yep.
range, and they need the 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. They don't mind
Yep.
fencing in their own backyard, but they're gonna get a dog. So it's like that perfect starter home range. So
Right. Yeah. I don't, I work more in the northern metro, so I don't really know Cottage Grove well, but obviously I'm
Mhm.
getting to know it. But it seems like it's a nice outskirt community and it's right in town. It's right off of that Jahario Avenue. So
Okay.
main road, yeah, tucked behind there near schools and parks. And so, yeah, that'll be up next Monday coming soon. So,
Perfect.
hey, question. They were talking about doing a 1031 meeting, but I didn't hear anything about it.
So yes, the emails will be going out. We have the 1031 meeting. Hold on, my alarm's about to go off. Okay, we have the 1031. I think it's next July 13th.
Okay.
Yes, Thursday, July 13th, we'll be doing an in-person 1031 training at the
Okay.
title specialist location. So we'll be sending out an email with all that information on that
Okay.
1031 training.
Perfect. I was thinking it was June 13th. So I got a month. So perfect. Thank you.
Yep. Yep. We had to have the class open for a month. So we had to schedule it a month out. So that'll be
Okay.
July 13th. It'll be a Thursday. So there's no confusion with Tuesday meetings or anything like
Yep.
that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And I think I seen Dennis had a chat question.
Yeah, I just figured I'd ask a few questions about seeing if I'm on mute or not. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, Dennis.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, I just thought I'd ask a few questions about a trust. I've done other things, but I don't recall doing a trust before. And I have a client that was saying that he's one of two trustees, and he can sign for both, or only one of them needs to sign for it to be binding. Is that true?
I don't have the exact answer on that, but my common knowledge would be that they would have to both. That's why
Yeah,
there's
that's
two
that's
trustees.
that's where I figured I'd kind of ask during, see if there was somebody that had a definitive, because he seems like somebody that's like, no, I know what I'm talking, so I don't want to be like, you
Yeah.
know, I remember the first time, uh, I think I had, it's typically always one to buy, two to sell.
Yep.
If you are um, attorney in fact, and you were put, the um, somebody passed away and you were put in charge, you don't have to have your spouse sign. You only need to sign. The first time I was put in one of those things, I was like, no, both of you need to sign. And then like title came along and they're like, no, only she needs to sign. And I'm like, boy, now I look like an idiot. And when you look like an idiot on one thing, then they sometimes look at you twice on everything you're saying. So I thought I'd find out for sure if only one of them needs to sign or if they both need to sign before I'm looking like an idiot again.
Yeah, totally understandable. So yeah, I can follow up with Randy on that one. He might try to hop on at some point. But we also do have Anne here today to go over transaction paperwork and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll mention that one to Randy and see what we can get on that one, or maybe he'll hop on at some point. Otherwise I'll send it off and go over it next week. Just like the question about the CIC documents from last week, Dennis, it's basically how we were doing it. It's if you're listing the property, they need to request it through the proper channels. And then they should be getting all of those documents from the association because it's usually a packet that they get. We're not sure that the 10 days starts again, but they would just want to contact their attorney if they didn't miss, or if they missed any paperwork or anything like that. But otherwise, yeah, as long as I think there's a acknowledgement in the packet, as long as we're signing that acknowledgement and getting that back to the listing agent, that's basically the responsibility on the buyer's side.
Yeah. I think that was who asked that question? I forgot.
I think it was Michael Hemersky. I
Yeah.
didn't see
Yep.
him on here, but I just wanted to go over that from last week.
And then, so has anybody done a variable rate?
I have not. Anybody else?
Because I was thinking that if we were going to do a variable rate, that it would go on the line 122 of the listing agreement contract. Because under some of my notes I have, when your listing agreement has a different rate if the seller brings the buyer, but I should be able to do a rate for if the seller brings a buyer and if I bring the buyer, that could be lower than if you brought the buyer, correct? If any other agent brought the buyer. So like I could put on a 2.7 for any other real estate agent other than myself, and then I could do a 2%, and then if they brought the buyer, I could just basically waive the buyer fee as long as they're not being represented, correct?
I am looking into it. Anne, are you on here yet?
Yeah,
That may
I'm
be
here.
a good question for you to answer.
I'm
That
sorry.
is that something we would be able to do, or?
Oh, that I'm not sure. I
Okay.
apologize.
I'm just bringing up the form here. 1 second.
Does anybody else have any other wants or needs while we're looking that up?
Dennis, are you talking about charging your client a different rate if somebody like you sell it or if somebody else sells it? Like instead of 6%, you'd be 5%. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I don't know if it's by brokerage. I know I sold one where my broker wrote it into that line. It said 7% if we sell it with their realty, or 7% if an outside agent sells it, or 6% if it's sold within the brokerage. I'd have to go look, I'd have to go find that contract and get the exact wording on that. But I think we did it by brokerage. I'm not sure about by individual agent.
Yeah, I was just kind of wondering if an individual agent could do it, because I wouldn't want to, lower it for instance, if you sold the house, because that way you'd get the full percent, I'd still get what I agreed to on the listing side.
Yeah, I think, you just put in, you'd give the buying agent the same no matter what. You would just take a little bit less as the listing agent. So if you bring whether you bring the buyer or not, you'd give 2.7% to the buyer's agent, and then you just take a little less on the listing side.
Yeah, and there's nothing in there exactly. I'll write this one down for Randy as well and get back to you about it next week. But yeah, that's my assumption as well. Perfect. Well, I do see a few new faces here as well. Any other buyer needs or introductions, or anybody want to introduce themselves?
I will jump on here quick because this is my first week being on here with you guys. I am Jill Warner. I work with the Innovation Home Team, which is also the Minnesota Home Guys. We just transitioned over to NRG last week.
Nice.
So we're just trying to get our bearings and get all set up and good to go.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's about a team of 10 of us. So
yeah, I've seen your guys' ads all over the place.
everybody does see that.
Mm-hmm. Very good marketing.
Well, I guess I would like to say hi to everybody. I'm Eric from Pauline's Places. We're not a group of 10. We're a hardworking duo, work of two, my wife and I. So that's a great thing. We are, though, in the southern area here. We're in the Rochester market, which generally is a 3% market. And I wanted to make sure that everybody we got to meet here this morning, that they know that we offer a 30% referral. So if you have anything down south, do with Mayo Clinic or people moving or what that type of stuff, that we'd love to work with you guys, and look forward to our new successful road with NRG. And again, like Jill, we are to our first week here, so off to the races we go.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, Eric. Perfect. Well, let's transition over to Anne here. She's going to go over some of the paperworks and everything else and everything on the transactions that she kind of does. We had a few questions on that last week, so we kind of wanted to go over that again here.
All right. Hi, guys. Good morning. This is Anne. So, by the way, aside from transactions, or aside from reviewing transactions, what I do is I also put up listings. Like, for example, you're too busy to do it or put it on MLS. So all you need to do, if you have a listing, so just give me or forward to my email, send it over to my email, listing contract, agency, a listing input form, seller's disclosure, TISH, if you have it, CIC if it's your townhome or if it's a condo. And I can go ahead and put it on MLS, and I will just give you the MLS number and let you know that it's ready for review, and just give me a go signal. Or if you would want to activate it on your end, then you can go ahead and do so. Once I have the documents, I can go ahead and review and let you know if there's any missing signature or whatnot. And I can also upload it on Suite Assist. Suite Assist is where we upload documents for compilation. Regarding to the checklist that Amy was requesting, actually, I forwarded it to Francis and have him review, and is gonna take a look, and I'll go ahead and upload it to Sweet Assist for you, or I can go ahead and set it over here, or you can send me an email if you'd want a personal copy. I'll go ahead and type in my email address for your reference. Let me go ahead and type in 1 second. By the way, do you have any questions for me, guys? Aside from my email address, by the way, where you can send the documents over.
You're still talking about the listing, right? You're not talking about the selling.
Oh, no, not the selling, just the listing.
Okay.
Just the yeah, just the MLS part where you put in, there you go, there's my email address. Where you put in your listing on the MLS and put it as active, coming soon, or withheld.
And you should be using your Ann at nrgrealtor.com email, and it should forward to that admin 2 email. Francis or Jeremy were supposed to set that up. They told me everybody was doing that, so why don't you get that set up? Side note. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, that's the one you should just be using. Talk to me later about it. Bye.
Okay. Okay, so let me put in. Okay, so there are 2 emails. You can either actually send those to. I haven't talked to Jeremy because of what I know is I'm receiving. Anyways, I'll talk to Randy about it. But you can use those 2 emails to send your documents over. So I would be able to receive it.
Thank you
Who's
for
running
doing all
this? What
that.
else do we have on the agenda?
So we were gonna go over the paperwork and adding it onto Sweet Assist and everything.
Are you guys actually showing them Sweet Assist or training, or?
Yeah, Ann was just getting started.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm going to show Sweet Assist because I thought I can go ahead and do so, but I think they won't be able to see my screen unless Jeremy would.
Yep,
'Cause I
Jeremy
thought
can
that-
do whatever you tell him he
It
needs to
should be
do.
open there, Ann.
Yeah,
And then,
moreover than having people email their paperwork, we want to get you proficient at Sweet Assist because it's the roadmap to any tool that we offer in the company. On the left side of it, there'll be training or links out to education or I don't know, maybe links to signs, clothing, anything that we've had, stored videos and all that stuff. So these guys try to make it really easy on everybody to just email in your paperwork, but it doesn't help you learn how to log in. So I think we
And
should do a overview of what's in Sweet Assist here. If that was your plan today.
yep, perfect. And then there was 2 questions earlier, Randy, that would be very good now that you jumped on. Dennis had brought up a question of when there's 2 trustees authorized to sign something, can one of them only do the signing, and is it still binding?
Well,
Dennis,
it depends on the agreement, because if the agreement is set up for 2 trustees to make sure that one of them's not signing things without the other one's knowledge. So the title company probably has to read over the trustee agreement and determine if it requires 2 signatures. You see how somebody could set that up? So you got one of the kids isn't off running around liquidating assets without the other one's knowing or something like that. I'm not sure what the situation is, but.
Okay. So
the best
it
thing-
could be one or it could be both is what you're saying, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
and
Just have
title
a
would be the
company or a
best
lawyer
one to
look
find
at
that
it.
out.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's a great answer. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My other question was with variable rate. So how do I I've never done a variable rate before, but this one I plan to, just because of who it is and such. But if I do 2.7 percent for, can I have it so that 2.7% is anybody other than myself for a buyer's agent? And then myself would do it for 1% if I bring the buyer, and 0 if they bring the buyer?
Yeah, that sounds exactly right.
Perfect. So I can word it. How would you word that in the line 122 then?
Well, I'd probably just write in plain English exactly what you're trying to say. You know, then we have to put it in the MLS the right way.
Yep.
So
I find the MLS is going to be easy compared to me
yeah,
wording.
compared to what
sometimes.
you're trying to say you want to write.
Yep.
If you're really worried about what to say, I mean, I guess we can all figure it out right now, but you simply just kind of want to say what you're thinking. Make it really simple. So
Any other agent than myself will receive 2.7%. I'll take it for 2% or whatever, and I'll charge 0% if you bring the buyer.
yeah, exactly.
If they do want representation and you're bringing the buyer, I'll lower your my selling commission by 0.5% and charge them 0.5%. Would that be okay?
Yeah,
Perfect. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, we can move on from me. Thank you very much. I totally appreciate that.
Ann, are you all set up to go now?
Hey,
Yes,
that
I
law
have.
firm. Okay.
I know, go ahead.
I'm gonna email over contact information for that law firm to Amy. So in a couple of weeks, we can have them go over a short sale process.
Perfect. Yeah. Go ahead, Ann.
Yeah. So a second, I'm sorry. I'm not prepared because what you told me is they just needs a checklist. You didn't tell me that I'm gonna be presenting Sweet Assist. I'm so sorry, guys, but I have it up right now. So I'll be giving you. I think I can go ahead and share my screen, right, Jeremy? I can.
Yes.
You should be able to.
Thank you. All right. All right. Second. There we go. Okay. So I think it would be nicer if any one of you guys would have a question and I can go ahead and just answer instead of explaining what I have on my screen, because I think you basically know how it works, because most of you already went through Sweet Assist with Clark, and we also have recordings in here, by the way, where you can go to training Sweet Assist university, where he uploaded all the trainings and videos for how you can upload your transactions. Here's it is. Let me just sign in this. Login as an agent.
Let's see what kind of links we have on the left side as you do this, because I know we have more to build out for. I mean, any tool that we have as a company should be findable through here at some point.
Okay, so by the way, this is the dashboard for the earlier that was a dashboard for an admin. So this is dashboard for as an agent. So here we can see your contracts or your transactions. Since no one is asking, I'm just gonna show it to you guys. So you click on my transactions, and here's how you can upload your files. Like for example, you have a listing, you have a buyer, so you can already put it in here. Just click on create transaction.
So you can you go from there, and can you use that little create transaction on the top menu there too at all?
Yep. It's the same thing. It's just going to give you the same one. Create new transaction. Just click on which client you would represent, if it's the buyer or seller, and what type of transaction it is, residential, land, or commercial. So let's put in residential and you type in this one. You can just go ahead and skip. That's it's optional. So but for the address you need to put it in. So just type in the address and I'm not sure if you can give me, like, for example, XXX 1 or First Street, and then just put in city, state, and then it would, or the client name would come up. So if you have saved your client's information in here, then you can just go ahead and type in their name and it would show. Just choose and then just click on create transaction later and it would show up. But if not, then you can just go ahead and create a new one. It will be automatically saved once you click on create transaction. So let's put in N. .com, create contact and just confirm. Okay, and then there you go. Just click on create transaction. Okay, here it is. So just fill out information needed, sales price. Okay. And then in here, documents, it is where you upload the files. So it's either you click on, like, for example, in here, there are 2 ways you can upload a document. It's either you individually upload a document, just click on upload completed document and then just choose a file, or you can click on this part, upload bulk files. It would come up with another screen where you can upload multiple files at the same time. So just click or drag and drop the upload. And, like, for example, let me go ahead and choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just click on open. It will be uploaded. Okay.
And so
So,
once
and
we
I have a question
Mhm.
about the forms once they're uploaded. So I've uploaded the forms and then it says pending verification. Does that
Mhm.
not get unpended or cleared until it closes? Or I feel like they're just kind of hanging in there in limbo, and does someone need to look at them and make sure that they're approved?
That's
Oh,
what Ann usually goes in there and double checks for missing signatures and
yes.
should mark it approved. How long have they
Mhm.
been in there?
A couple weeks.
Huh.
So, and that happened with my last listing too. And then I think I just resubmitted it for closing because we were good to go, like, at least 5 days before. But like some of those forms, I thought, okay, should they be looked at ahead of time?
Ann, am
Oh,
I
okay.
wrong? Isn't that the way it works?
Actually, if that's how you'd want it, then I can go ahead and do so, because I would actually put it as submit for closing if it's all good or not.
Not until the
If I'm
end?
sorry, yeah,
Okay.
not until the end, but because I review a lot of transactions, so if you'd want me to review it, like, for example, once it has been submitted, you can go ahead and put in a note or send me a message or send me an email so that I can go through it at the same day. I can
Okay.
go ahead and put it on the list.
Okay. So just kind of double check with an email to you saying, check these
Yes.
transactions.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I know like the Alta doesn't come in until the very last couple of days, but the ones that are in there, I'm like, okay, are they okay or not? So, okay, I'll do that. Thank you. And thanks for
Okay.
uploading those forms when I send a listing.
It's okay, no problem.
Oh, that I was gonna do them and all of a sudden you did them all. So thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
So assign pages on the right there, that would be if you wanted to send them for signature through this.
Oh, no. Assigned pages is where, because in here, we just upload the documents on Suite Assist, but it won't be on this part. So for you to put it like, okay, let me, like, for example, this one, like for example, it is an agency, for example, just for an example, like, so we put it in here, like you click on it and then just click on it so that once you click on documents, you don't have to go. Okay, let me do that. Once you click on documents, you don't have to go under upload bulk files because that's where we uploaded the documents. You don't have to go there. You just need to click in here and you would be able to see your document. You'd be able to see the agency that you uploaded under bulk files.
Perfect. And then can you show us how Vicky was explaining how we
Yeah.
can send
So
it?
in here, it says pending verification. So sometimes, because what I do, especially if it's like on the spot review, I don't, because what they do is submit for review, right? When you click on submit for review, it would come up, it won't show up in here. So there's a note. Good to go. Like for example, that's the note, or just something. It would show. I'm sorry, show here. Yeah, let's go back 1 sec. There you go. So this is the part of the agent. Now on my end, it would show as to verify or to submit for a change. So, or to decline to verify and just, I'll go ahead and send an agent a note that there's something missing. But if it's not, it would be verify, it would show up at submit for closing. But if all the documents that I reviewed are actually good, so what I do is put it submit for closing for all of them. So that once it is submit for closing, that means that all documents are good or it is complete and all we need is just the closing statement or the closing documents. But I can go ahead and do so that it won't confuse them. I can just go ahead and make sure that from now on to click on verify so that it would reflect on their end that it's all good. So they don't have to, take a guess and, oh, it's all set for closing. Are they all good or whatnot?
Yeah,
Yeah,
each time a
just to make it
document
clear.
comes in, we let them know it's
Mhm.
good so they can move forward on a transaction. And then at the end, we're not chasing down paperwork.
Okay.
Can I just ask a question just because I know we're new to this, but I just want to make sure we're doing it correctly. And so usually what we end up doing is if we get a listing, then we send in the listing paperwork. We make sure that we send that in for verification to make sure that the listing side of it is good. And then when we get a purchase agreement, we then upload the documents and then we submit that in again, making sure that the document's good. And then at closing, we would submit in the Alta because it's easier to get signatures before it closes than after. Is that the process that is correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then
that's what we've been doing for years. We just switched over from our own internal system called NRG Admin to Suite Assist. So Ann might have changed up her process, but it's good we had this meeting because that's exactly how we want to be doing it.
Okay. So will we get a notification when those documents then are okay coming back? Because I know I've submitted in a few, and I just wanted to make sure that, it's part of the process, it's okay. So will we get an email back saying it's okay, or what kind of notification?
And how does Suite Assist work? Does it send an email or does it just mark it verified?
It just marks submit for closing or it just must submit as verified. But I can go ahead and check in with Clark and see if they can, if they can send an email. That would be a good, I'll go ahead and take note of that. That would be a good thing. So once it is
that could be good. And
verified,
then I guess now that we've established the process, no news is good news. So if you don't hear back from it saying somebody missed a signature, if Clark can turn on that form that says it's all been verified, that'd be great to automatically email when she presses a button. We'll find out.
Yep. I'll go ahead and give him a call after this meeting.
Perfect. Any other questions?
Yes. I told Jill if she wanted to, she could contact Clark directly because she's pretty versed in Suite Assist. And so, and if you could get Clark's information to her, she might set up something to try to improve whatever we're doing, or just answer some questions, or see if she can tailor a couple things to how her team operates.
Okay, no problem. Oh, I think I forwarded. Oh, I
I
think that.
do have, yep, I've been going back and forth with Clark, so we are getting a few things set up.
Okay.
Yep, so thank you.
Yeah, I do have a question. How do you enroll to Sweet Assist?
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
How do I access Sweet Assist? I don't think I do have the enrollment or the credentials to log in. Who do I work with?
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
you should have gotten one as a welcome email.
Yes.
Otherwise, I would reach out to Francis and have him resend that email to you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Actually, I can go ahead and do that. Because
Perfect.
all you need to, all you need to have is your username. And if you do not receive or haven't received any new password link, I can go ahead and send you a new password. I'll be doing that after this meeting. Would you be able to give me the best email address where I can send your password over?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
whatever email address we have
Yeah,
on file. Okay.
I can post it on the chat. Thanks.
Thank you.
Perfect. Any other questions
What
about
other things do we have then going down the left side that are quick tools?
No, which one?
Well, the left navigation bar that you're on, yeah. Is there anything in there that are resources for agents?
I can take over here, Anne, if you'd like.
Okay. Yes, please.
Perfect. If you want to stop sharing, I can pull it
Okay,
up.
1
here.
second. There you go. Do you have?
Yes, it should
Okay.
work for me here.
Vicky, I got your email. 1 second. Okay.
Perfect. So one thing that I always tend to remember, if there is one website that you need to remember, it's nrg100.com. And that will bring you straight to where you can access our meetings. You can go and do yard signs. And then if you had anybody that wanted to join and wanted more information, this also brings you to that website as well. Otherwise, the most valuable piece is bringing you to Sweet Assist here. Once you get here, I have it saved, so I'll sign in here. And just like the last page here, we've got our transactions, we've got our calendar, which you can actually sync to your Google Calendar. So it'll have all of your stuff in here. Apparently, my internet's being a little slow today. Oh, there we go. So then it'll have like any meetings or anything that we have going on coming up. So it'll have the rest of your calendar events in there. Looks like something's going on with that. I'll have to look at that. But otherwise it does have the Sweet University, which has a lot of the Sweet Assist trainings in it, and a lot of their stuff in it. Otherwise, the ones that Clark has done specifically with us is in the training room. And so that is going to be your first section here. It has how-to videos. It has the Sweet Assist trainings that he did live with us. And then it also has our previous trainings and events from our previous website and everything. So you can kind of go through there, learn a little bit about everything. There's one on Randy and how he founded NRG and everything else. And then all the way down at the bottom, if there was any weekly huddles that you wanted to catch up on, or you had any questions, or you're like, I remember somebody going over that one of those weeks. This has all of our previous weekly huddles as well. So that's right in the training there under the training room. You have the office documents that we were talking about where Anne will be uploading the cheat sheets for paperworks and everything. Right now there is a general one on here. I think it's this checklist right here. And otherwise, a lot of your like Tisch guide, well, it's a document, it's not going to open it up. The referral form, pretty much any of the paperworks you need are in there. If you don't have it, you can always reach out to Francis and he can steer you in the right direction. And we can also kind of notate. And then the more people that ask about it, the more forms we get, the bigger this database will get. Otherwise down here, you have the continuing education we have set up with CE Shop. So this you can do your continuing education, which you got about 2 days to finish up for your current year's hours. So if you needed to do any last minute courses, you can go right here. Otherwise, Jeremy sends out emails every once in a while when they do send out our discounts and everything for the little extra discounts and everything. Randy,
One thing I'd probably point out, I sent out that email. A lot of people don't understand because they think license renews at the end of the month. So we got a ton of agents every year that try to do their license education on the last day. Well, Department of Commerce, it's a Friday now this year. And so if these providers don't have your stuff uploaded till say Saturday, nobody's working. And then the system's going to tell them that you weren't compliant with your CE at the end of the night on Friday at midnight, right? So Monday morning, they're going to come in and it's a computer that does everything now. So if a provider doesn't upload your certificate until, Monday, well, the system's going to shut you down. They're going to cancel your license and then you'll have to reapply. So like if that's the situation, I think I don't even know what to do anymore because everything's all online. So like somebody could probably call into the Department of Commerce and get somebody on the phone and email them a copy of the certificate on Friday at 4:30, but it's kind of the way it works. I don't know if there's a give. Maybe they have a couple days because it seems like about the 5th or 6th of July every year, all the licenses deactivate that didn't make it in time. So I don't know. Maybe they do look at something that comes in on Monday, but we just have so many people that renew and they're like, well, I did the stuff. And yeah, you did it on a Saturday or something like that when everybody was closed. So it's kind of crucial to try to have it in by the 15th. The 20th, really no later. It gets really tough.
SPAR has the required module classes on the 20th. I'm taking that on the 20th. So that'll be my last class that I need. SPAR has that.
Nice.
And a nice thing about CE Shop is they actually put on here when they actually reported it to the Commerce as well. So if you go look at your previous courses, you can do that as well. Otherwise, SPAR and your local Realtors Association do have very good resources for possibly free or reduced classes as well. But I just like CE Shop because you can do it at your own pace whenever you want. And
yeah.
They have so many great features with it.
Hey Jeremy, why don't you post they actually send us the discount codes at the beginning of the month.
Yeah, I was just about to say. It will be tomorrow. I'll be sending that out later on. It should be tomorrow that it will start with some 1-day discounts. It will be 35%, and then a week after it will be 40. I know they would send us after the proposed deadline.
So just post what day it's active and what the discount is and what the code is.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody can mark their own calendar. They don't need to find out at noon that it was good all day or something,
Okay.
We can mark our calendars and then send out a reminder.
Yeah.
And then just wanted to go over I'm sure everybody knows this, but Pulse Portal is where you go to check to see if everything has been reported. Just go under the real estate board, and there's plenty of services here. Everything to do with your license, if you needed a reprint or anything else. If you wanted to submit some of your own CE course completions and everything else, you can review your transcript to make sure that you're not taking any previously done courses, because those will not count if you have done them within the allotted time. So just always review your transcript, and you can also review your CE completion history right here, which will tell you what you have done and what you still need.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, Randy, last week it was brought up. Do we have anything for accessories like pens or branding that we like? Do we have a company that we usually work with?
The Build a Sign link. The woman there can help brand a bunch of stuff. She's not very good with getting clothing unless it's somebody picks. For some reason, they won't continue to put up hats and shirts and stuff because they say the inventory changes or it's harder. I think they're really not set up, but they're owned by our own Vistaprint too. So I've always told people, just go to Vistaprint, grab whatever you want. But this woman that's our rep at Build a Sign can get anything like that.
Maybe at a little bit of a discount.
I feel like if I was to call her though and want clothes, I would just be easier to get on Vistaprint and find what I want in their humongous catalog and add on a logo and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But
so if we want shirts, NRG with our name on it or whatever, is there a template or anywhere that you guys have already? Or
well, we have the logos. I have a couple that I've made in the past. Hats, pillows, shirts. It's kind of in my private account. I could call Vistaprint and see if they want to open it up again, like they used to have a store. And then I think they took them down. So I called this woman about half a year ago, and I was talking to her about setting up our store, and she said no problem. And then it came down to the actual clothing was a little harder for them for some reason, but that could have changed. So I would call her and check first, and then if she can't help, let me know, because I'll dig into Vistaprint again. There was a company that could set up a store for us too, but they want $50 a month or something like that to have the website up. And like, you guys are the ones profiting from this. So, but I'll call, well, why don't you call our rep there? If you click on order signs, her name will pop up, I think, or if you send in a request.
Okay,
I'll probably
Jeremy
follow up
just
myself
typed it
too.
Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of inquiries on this stuff lately. You're welcome.
It's in the chat box. I put it there.
Yeah, otherwise it is on that NRG100.com. And if you just click the NRG sign store, it brings it right up, and her contact information is right there as well.
Perfect. Thanks, Amy.
Yeah, and I was also going to mention, everyone should have gotten in their welcome email a link to the Dropbox where you can grab any logos that you need or whatnot.
Yeah, does Sweet Assist have a link also?
I don't think it does yet.
And
we'll
we
have
can
to
add
add
it
an
very
extra.
easily.
Yeah, we'll have to add an extra button with like links to the places and everything over here.
Yeah, and can easily add that. Just Clark will walk you through it or do it for you.
Perfect. And then Jeremy did just post the codes and the dates that they are coming available.
Let's just, in case anybody, when we shut off the group, just post those on our Facebook page also.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Perfect. Anybody else have any other questions? Wanted to go over anything in the following weeks here?
On the, for the listing contract, would it be fine to split up how much I'm writing between lines 122, 123, and then put more under the 153 and 154 of the listing contract, or is there a better way to put all that.
No,
in
that's
one
fine.
spot.
If you want to call me right after too, I was gonna call you after because we can
Okay,
simplify what you're writing.
Sounds
I
good.
mean,
Thanks.
you can write it out in a nice long sentence, or you can summarize it. So I'll go pull it up myself and look at it with you on the phone.
Okay, appreciate it.
Okay. You got my number? You want to just call me in a minute?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. I'm gonna jump off this call and make another quick call. If anybody wants to, just send me a text or an email about anything. Have a good afternoon.
Thanks again, Randy.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you're welcome.
Randy.
Thank you, boss.
Thanks,
Bye.
Randy.
See you later.
Perfect. Well, did we have any other questions? I see a few more people hopped on here. Did anybody else have any buyer or listing needs now that we have the few more people on here? Anybody have any requests of anything that they'd like to go over in the next couple meetings?
If we think of stuff, is there like an email or should we put it on Facebook? Just so we
You
don't
can
like
either put it
forget.
on Facebook, you can send it to Jeremy or Francis, and I will type my email in here as well. And you can email me and I can get it all set up.
Some thanks, Amy.
I guess I quick question. How do you get to that page where you were at where it has all the kind of the past meetings, the docs?
Yeah,
I have the Chime, but it doesn't look like what you guys show right there.
so yeah, Chime and Sweet Assist are two different platforms. Chime is more of a CRM and marketing platform. This is more of our transaction platform.
Okay.
And our like internal platform. But the best thing I always do is always remember NRG 100. It'll bring you to this landing page. Right up here, this blue link. If you log into Sweet Assist, it'll bring you to Sweet Assist. It'll bring you to a login normally, and then you can go from there. But otherwise, it's on this drop down menu. If you do see it like this where you can't see it, it's just these radio buttons will expand that, and then any of the trainings are in the training room.
Perfect, will do. And then if I need login information for that, do I just email one of you guys?
Yeah, you can either email I think Anne might still be on the call. She might be able to. Otherwise, if you just do the I forgot my password, I think most everybody was set up with their MLS information. So then you would just type in your MLS email. Either it'll say, I'll just type in my previous email. And it'll say only an active user can reset password. So then you'll know that, okay, I don't know what email it is. And then you'd want to reach out to Anne or Francis or Jeremy.
Got it. Okay, perfect.
Yep, if ever it won't work, you have my email in there, ann@andrewrealtor.com. Just send me an email, Andrew, and I can go ahead and reset the password, and I will send you a new password link so that you can create your own, okay?
So how do I access this meeting recording?
So that is in that same area. Once you get into Sweet Assist, it is in that training room. Oh, it's gonna make me sign in. Hold on. There we go. Training room. So any of the Sweet Assist straight trainings are right up top. Any of our previous to Sweet Assist trainings will be right in the middle. And then if you scroll all the way down to the red, those are our previous weekly huddles. And it has it by the date.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And any other questions, comments? Otherwise, we'll probably start wrapping it up here.
Thank you. That was helpful going through that.
Perfect. Well, yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. And yeah, feel free to reach out with any questions or any ideas for upcoming meetings.
Thanks again for everything, Amy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Hey, guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
Ann. Thanks, Amy. Great meeting.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.